Hi guys, it is Mr. Fed. Welcome back to the channel. I am back in the man cave. I just thought I would drop a quick review of a game that I have picked up, and I've put about 20 hours into it now. This is the game. It's called Raincode Master Detectives, and as you can see, I purchased this game from my local game store for $35.99. Now, I didn't know anything about this game before I picked it up. When I was in the store, I did a quick sort of Wikipedia search on it. This was a game that came out in 2023, and it was getting some decent reviews. It was getting sort of 7s out of 10s. Yeah, I'm quite happy to give a game that's got 7 out of 10 a quick punt. So I picked it up, and I just thought I'd give you my first impressions, really. So this game is actually a point-and-click adventure mystery game. Now, had I known it was a point-and-click game, I perhaps wouldn't have been so eager to pick it up. My experience with point-and-click games that aren't called Monkey Island and aren't on the Amiga 500 haven't been really sort of great. They've been mostly disappointing and quite laborious and quite boring, really. So anyway, what about this game then? You control a master detective in training, and you are in a area called Kunai Ward, and you go about exploring and investigating various different murders. You do this by travelling around the districts of Kunai Ward, and you point and click at various things in order to gain clues, or what would be known as solution keys. Once you've collected all the solution keys, then you go into the second area of core gameplay, which is called the Mystery Labyrinth. And in the Mystery Labyrinth, you will use your solution keys to face the kind of criminal once you've found the criminal. And then you'll go into sort of battle with him. Now, how the battles are done here, well, it's kind of like mini games, really. So the main criminal, he'll fire off statements at you, and you'll be equipped with a sword. And what you need to do is rebuff the statement that he says to you by putting the correct solution key into your sword and then swiping at the statement, and then that will do damage to the criminal. Once you've sort of done enough damage to him, he will confess his sins. Then you'll travel back to the real world, and in the real world, once the criminals confess their sins in the Master Labyrinth, they will die in the real world. So it's quite morbid, really, and some of the cases here quite morbid as well. The first case was a train of people that were all burnt alive, which I found quite depressing, really. I don't mind people being shot, maybe the odd stabbing here and there, but, being burnt alive, well, I don't think I want to see that in my video games, to be honest. But anyway, there we go. It's not an open world game. It's actually quite linear. There are some collectibles in terms of memory shards you can collect to try and restore your memory, because your main character, he wakes up at the start of the game with amnesia and he can't remember who he is. So it's about collecting these memory shards to try and piece together your memory to try and remember who you are. The actual game looks great. The graphics are brilliant. Kunai Ward has a very, very unique and dystopian feel about it. I would probably liken it to a similar feel that you'll get from a movie like Blade Runner, or possibly Demolition Man, or Arnold Schwarzenegger's Running Man. It's kind of that sort of eeriness to it. So I really, really like the environment in which the game is set in. Unfortunately, the point and click aspect of it, I mean, it doesn't really leave a lot to be desired. You can't really go off and explore and play this game in your own way. You're kind of following the dots. So you click on one point and then another point will appear on the map. You travel to that point, you click on that, so on and so forth. Outside of the main mysteries, which are on your map as a yellow icon, you'll get side quests which appear on your map as a blue icon, and again, most of the side quests involve going up to the blue icon, clicking on it, and then another blue icon will appear somewhere else. You travel to that, and then you click on that again. Again, this is the second game I've played where the cutscenes are long and the text you have to read and the storytelling is quite really, well, I found myself not listening to all of it really. I found myself sort of sat here for like 1 or 2 hours just clicking through cutscenes and story before I could actually get involved in the core gameplay. The mini games as well involve sort of filling in picture books with solution keys to the mystery. It involves spelling out particular words of, perhaps, a bit like Cluedo, words of weapons that were potentially used and tools that are potentially used. And the mini games aren't that difficult, and I'll be honest that sometimes the quests, the murder mystery quests, were so ludicrous to try and put together. I mean, I'll be honest, I found myself looking at the solutions on my mobile phone and just typing in the solutions from my phone. Outside of the way the game looks, the point and click element and the mini game nature of this particular game feels more suited to an iPad or a mobile phone. One thing that really did bemuse me is that despite the point and click nature of this game, it doesn't use the Switch touch screen interface when your Switch is in undocked mode. Now, I've been persevering through this game because thankfully the Olympics is on, so I found myself undocking my Switch, watching the Olympics, and then just maybe sort of point clicking at the various solution keys as and when I need to, as and when I've managed to get through all the cutscenes and the text. So, despite it looking great, the actual game and actually working your way through this quest, I found really quite tedious. So what would I give it on a scale of 1 to 10? Because a scale of 1 to 10 is a scale that everyone can associate with. I would probably give this game, sadly, a 4 or a 4.5 out of 10. Unless you are a point click enthusiast and have the kind of memory attention to involve yourself in solving all these clues and riddles without resorting to looking at your mobile phone like I did. Yeah, I'm guilty. I'll throw my hands up there. This game might be for you. For me, it's a 4.5 out of 10. So anyway, hope that gives you some initial thoughts about this game, and I will see you on the next one.